Cool. Last question. How do I create an e-commerce agency?
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's make some assumptions here. I'm assuming you haven't built a $100 million business. We have. I'm assuming you've not worked at an agency that's been responsible for growing and scaling a $100 million business. And if those two things are true, don't go build an e-commerce agency because you're not qualified to do it. That doesn't mean there aren't hundreds of, if not thousands of people out there trying to build e-commerce agencies and building really bad, mediocre experiences. But we built that agency. We had a team that had built multiple sites. One of them that did reach $100 million of revenue. And I felt like we even struggled at times to take care of our clients in the right way. So technology-wise, felt great about it. An engine actually spun out of an e-commerce technology development agency. We also have a marketing agency, a data agency in-house that do those things from guys that ran data and marketing from a $100 million business. Been there, done that. So I think you give the advice, but I think I'll steal a little of your thunder. It's either do that yourself and prove you got the chops for it, have the chops for it, or go work for somebody at at an agency, right? What do you agree?
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, and we've talked about my story in other episodes, but that's what you have to do. If you don't have the skills, go learn on someone else's dime. And I don't mean that, like, don't take advantage of your employer, but it's patience. A lot of people want to start a business right now, and they don't understand that 99.999% of the time, you're going to make a lot more money working for someone than you are as an entrepreneur, with a lot less headaches, a lot less stress, a lot better work-life balance. It doesn't make sense. And for it to be glorified that you need to work for yourself, it's a fallacy. If you have a good boss, working for a good boss is much better than working for yourself and not being able to provide for family, yourself, whatever it is. So my advice to you is find someone who's doing what you want to do and go and learn from them for 18 months. Take your agency, say, I'm not going to think about this for 18 months. I'm going to put my head down. I'm going to work. I'm going to get around people who are better than me, and I'm going to grow from that. And it just helps with connections. When I started my e-commerce agency, I white labeled for 6 months. I never had to go and try and grab and find a client. I didn't have to desperately reach out to people because by the time I said, hey, I'm going out on my own, I already had a roster list.
You'd already done it, and you were different. When you came to us, you said, hey, I'm running this agency. And the first question I asked you literally was, what have you done? And you told me. I was like, oh, that's great. I said, why don't you come work with us? Here's what we've done. And you said, wow, I've never built a $100 million. I want to come learn from you. I'm like, are you kidding me? You've already done stuff. I can learn from you. This is a perfect scenario. So that, I think you're a living, breathing example of this question. I think you did it right, and hopefully you won't leave in 18 months to go redo your agency. But if you do, hopefully you'll be better for it, and we'll certainly be better for it. Don't you think?
Oh yeah.
I'm vested after 36, so.
Okay, so we've at least got you for 3 years, assuming we can prove this sort of thing. Right.